Okay, so I just wanted to finish up with the Hermit here. Quickening and discernment came to me because, and especially with the Seven of Cups up the crowning, okay, and then we have the Hermit center base card. And I got this visual of like, when we're in our home, in our safe, sacred space, we can just like walk around naked, whatever, just wear a, piece of cloth. But when we go out into the world, society, the elements, we're exposed, so we have to cover up. We have to wear armor, our protective gear, our hat, our scarf, our shoes, our bras, or whatever, just sunglasses, everything that we need to protect ourselves to get through what we need to get through. And then once we come home, as soon as we walk in that door, it's just like hat comes off, scarf, we kick our shoes off, we throw our purse down, we're just like keys, just right? We can't wait to just get it all off and just like get back to, zero point, get like resetting the counter on those old style VCRs, just getting back to zero, just releasing. There you are, the true self, no mask, no veil. And the Hermit doesn't have these distractions. He can see things clearly. Okay, the Seven of Cups, you're not seeing things clearly. And the key to really just resonating with the vibration of love, the 528. In order to get there, you have to hermitize and see things clearly. You have to take off all your gear, your mask, all the bull. Okay, I don't want to curse, but just all the malarkey, the baloney. Okay, Mahoney, just strip down to bare essentials. What's important? Okay, see things clearly. Most importantly, yourself, and prioritize. What's important? Number one, if you have to sit down and write it on some paper, and if you have to, however many times you have to revise it, you have the right to change your mind. That's your little clause that you wrote for yourself when you wrote your life before you came down here. Okay, we all have the little clause that we reserve the right to change our mind at any time because it's our life. Even if we wrote it and that's our destiny, we have that clause, That's what saves a lot of people in business, having that business clause, that little clause in the contract that, covers your butt. So, and then by being the Hermit, stripping down, we're now at this level of discernment, okay? We're seeing things clearly. We're seeing ourselves clearly. We're seeing how everything is unified, how everything flows, okay? We're seeing how natural and spiritual law work. We see where we are right now and how we got to this point and where we're going. And in order to see things clearly, you have to do that. So, and you have to, how the Hermit gets there is he isolates, strips down, and then this Tower card, you're breaking down falsehoods, and these barriers that you finally realize when you hermitize that the only barriers we have are the ones that we create for ourselves. But they become such a part of us, and then we realize, wow, that's not me. And since it's not me now, I guess it never really was, right? So Tower, just knock it all down. It's not you. It never was you. So you find out who you truly are by stripping down, busting that all away, and then communing with God. Okay, with the Hierophant. These three cards, the Hermit at the center base. Well, I would say 4 cards, including the 7 of Cups of the Crown, with the Tower card and the Hierophant. It's just like the work that needs to be done. Breaking down barriers, eliminating falsehoods, exposing the falsehoods, communing with God, getting back to what's important, self, the natural life. Respecting natural and spiritual law above all else. Above your own ego, your own desires, you know, man's law. Yeah, we have to obey man's law. We don't want to be in jail, but we know we can play the game and obey man's law, but we know who the most reliable source is. We know who the only one and only true lawmaker is. We know who's in charge. We know who wrote it all. The architect, Akata, your creator. Allow yourself to fulfill your destiny. As simple as and subtle as some destinies may be, allow. Don't try to be something you're not. And that reminds me of the salt reading that I did earlier for myself, and I took some notes here. I'm going to read that really quick, and then I'm going to pull a healing card because this goes with the Hermit. So instantly when I pulled this cup, it was just like at an angle where it looked asymmetrical. So I thought, okay, asymmetry, what is it symbolizing right now for me? Or just the energies. So this idea of asymmetry, it's not symmetry at all, really. It's more like symmetry, okay? It's a sham, it's a veil, it's trying to be something you're not in order to feel a sense of participation, involvement, importance, you know, a part of the congregation, you know, participating in the congregating. You know, at the expense of risking your own true essence. You know, the avoidance of solitude is the gateway to unfulfillment. And that, you know, which is a natural progression towards embodying the Hermit and bringing it all back to self. So if we want to avoid the solitude, we're just avoiding getting to the gateway of total fulfillment. You know, by being the Hermit, it's the natural progression towards bringing it all back to self, which is you and God. And then you're at the gateway of having everything realized for you. That's even better than you could have even thought of, because it's what God thought of, you know? So it's as if you were your true, organic, original ignition in its inception, but it's more like full circle, up a level. It's like the Pac-Man game that keeps coming up. It's like you have 3 sets of 3 games. The first 3 games are the easiest one. Okay, you mastered that little chunk, and 369 is coming in now because it's like 3 sets of games, 3 levels. Okay, so the first level, you mastered it, you go up a level. It's a new level, it's not back to, you know, step 1. So you've come full circle, but now you're up a level. It gets harder, it gets faster, there's more dots to eat and less time, and you got more ghosts on your tail. Okay, and then you master that, full circle, up a level. Finally, right at the last game of the last level, you're like, oh my God, am I going to make it? You're almost at your breaking point, and then, boom. You've mastered the whole game of life. You got high score. You're on the high score list with all the other Ascended Masters, okay? But then, even Ascended Masters, you can't just stay there and stay idle. That's why now is this time where they're descending and coming back down to, you know, ascend back up again through showing us by, through leading us by, through example. Lead by example. This is why they're descending, to go through it all again, to lead by example, to show us the way. And this is the path that we all take, unless we're avoiding it, okay? So, a lot of movement, a lot of shifting. It's like full circle, up a level, flip side, okay? And the flip side is the descending and coming back down in order to reascend, lead by example, in order to, help others. So, major shifts are happening, and I'm hearing that from everyone too, and I'm just embodying that myself. A lot of movement, a lot of shifting. It's a major shift. It's a shift storm, people. It's a major shift storm, alright? So just be aware that this is what's going on. Allow yourself to evolve into your true organic self, okay? And this kind of led me to this variety, this differentiation that is the spice of life, the magic, the mystery. It's what drives us to seek out resonance, which keeps us participating in this movement, this ebb and flow of all that is. Just think of it's the same basic elements that make up everything, that make up a tree, that make up you, that make up a rock, but look how different everything appears to be. But we're all from the same basic elements of the periodic table, right? So, it's just the rearrangement of it. It's just like musical notes. All music is all the same musical notes, but it's the arrangement of it. The pauses in between, the inflection, it's the arrangement, okay? So participate in the movement, the seeking of the resonance, the ebb and flow, You're a part of it, so allow for it, okay? Let's pick a healing card that will probably just go perfectly with this whole reading. I have a whole list of stuff that I want to, excuse me, talk to you guys about, make videos about, to just share things I've learned or what comes into my head that maybe I want to explore more. And just as I go through things, I'll share it with you guys. And I don't claim to be an expert on anything. I just, if I have doubts about things, I'll share that. If there's things that I know that I have deep inner knowings about, and those are my truths, I'll share that. Okay, so just whatever I'm pulled, whatever spirit pulls me to do. That's why I decided to do this reading. So, and I want to do some monthlies for, I think I'm going to start monthlies for July, so that I have, I kind of crunched in a weekly reading for all the signs kind of at the last minute, because I just was pulled to start my channel when I did, and I wanted to get some stuff out there for you guys, just get a little, perhaps help lessen some confusion about something you were going through right now. So, and just to show you, I can read for individual signs, I can, whatever, just, I'm more of an energy reader, though, and I really like to focus on the power of positivity and patience and healing and all things that are part of God's plans, the specs, the blueprints, I like to go by the book, and when I mean the book, I mean God's plans, God's will. Because I tried my will, and it didn't get me anywhere but sick with an autoimmune disease, and stressed out, and doing the blame game, and everyone, all been through it or are going through it or are going to go through it. Hopefully, I mean, it's for your own betterment. So, I mean, hopefully, yeah. Okay, one more exercise. Okay. Well, that's just the front one. And like I said before, I just show you the front one, and then maybe we'll just pull 2 cards. Okay, so let's do exercise. Into it. That's funny because when I was shuffling, I saw that. I'm like, oh, I wish I could stop here and we could just stop on into it. But you know, we don't like to affect the cards. We just go with, you know, we shuffle for as long as we feel called to do so. And sometimes that may be longer, sometimes maybe shorter. So anyway, I got these backwards, don't I? Okay. So, oh yeah. So exercise, that's pretty straightforward. Do something you enjoy, though. It says, I enjoy exercising my body and mind. So this mind, body, spirit, remember, and a lot of us, you know, highly intellectual or very spiritual people, we can get caught in that crown chakra a lot. So remember, get down to your base chakra, your Muladhara, and start, you know, doing something physical with your body, but make sure it's something you enjoy, because then you'll, you know, want to keep doing it, and that's what's best for you. So, but don't overdo it, you know, don't be a slave to your body. Make sure it's all balanced, okay? And don't be obsessed with balance either, because then that's not balanced. So, you know, be in it, feel it. If you whatever, you don't know what to do with it, just release it, let it go, come back to it later, okay? So I enjoy exercising my body and mind. If you are lucky enough to be able to move your body in if we are lucky enough to be able to move our bodies in purposeful exercise and use our minds in free inquiry, we must do so to promote flexibility, strength, healthy thoughts, and actions. Right? Of course, it's all one. Mind, body, spirit. And I bet you that's calling the aquamarine, but we'll see if that comes up in the gem oracle reading that I'll do in addition to this. So there's going to be 2 parts to this reading. This is the second part, and then I'll do an oracle reading just by itself. So, and then we have Intuit. Okay. A rainbow, like these conduits that's connected to the water, the eye that's like violet and indigo and just connected to all that is, you know. I listen to my hunches and feelings. We can call it red flags, gut feeling, a dream, coincidences. Okay, let's call it what it is, people. It's your intuitions. So let's stop dismissing it and give it the respect that it deserves, because it's communication with God. Okay, that's what your intuition is. It's your highest self communicating with you. Okay, God communicates through your higher self in order to get to you, your physical mind, body. Okay, through your spirit, your highest self. That's your conduit between you and God. So intuition is very important. Okay, it's not something to be undermined and dismissed and trivialized. Okay, I listen to my hunches and feelings. Sit quietly with a trusted friend and have the friend ask you questions, including those you have prepared. Without censoring your words, give voice to the thoughts that come from deep within. That voice is your intuition. So yeah, I mean, people who think they don't have intuition, you do, and there's things that you can do. Oh, okay. Perfect. Now I see the connection between these 2 cards. It's like sitting down with a friend and writing it out and doing that. It's like an intuitive exercise, okay? So there's even physical exercises that you can do that involve intuition, okay? And you can use your intuition to help figure out what kind of physical exercise would be best for you. So, I love it. The salt reading, the healing cards, how everything came together. Yeah, I really felt called to like share some thoughts I was having, and God, as I share, is more just come as I'm sharing. So I'll always have plenty to talk about. Hopefully you guys can get something out of it too. And as I go through it, I'm sharing it with you in real time. So, alright. Okay, the Unified Zodiac. There's a weekly energy reading for all of you. So, blessings times 12. Alright, and blessings for 1 for the Unified 12.